So this is reaction video 2 on the TED Talk that we watched. Speaker starts off by talking about, really how we can have and maintain better conversations and, for lack of better words, get along and, be better able to have these kind of debates with each other without it turning into a screaming match. She goes on to talk about how we're more divided now in our beliefs and our, you know, what we believe than ever in history, and that we make decisions like our friends, even where we live, based on what we believe. She talks about how conversations require balance between talking and listening, and the fact that we're losing that balance towards the talking side. People want to, people would rather talk about what they know and, their certain experiences that they've had rather than listen to other people's, what other people had to say and their knowledge. And, we would rather tell people about what we have to say than listen and gain knowledge on, what other people have to say. She goes on to talk about how technology has a factor in this and how teens are more likely to rather text their friends than to talk to them. And she goes on to ask the question, is there any skill more important in the 21st century than the skill to be able to sustain a conversation? I feel like that's very interesting. And then she goes on to talk about her 10 rules to be better at having and maintaining conversations. The first one is don't multitask. Second is don't give your opinion. And I thought this was interesting. She talks about assuming that you have something to learn. I think that is something that a lot of people would be able to benefit from, just knowing that going into a conversation that, everybody out there, kind of the idea that everybody else knows something that you don't. So kind of have that mentality of, hey, they probably know something that I can be of benefit. I should probably listen to what they have to say and just take in what they are trying to convey to me, and then just kind of interject with them as the conversation goes on. I think that would be something that could help a lot of people out, because you see people just having shouting matches with each other, and it's just, like, people just don't get anywhere. You don't gain any more knowledge than you had before. You just are angry and don't like that person anymore. The third rule is use open-ended questions. The fourth rule is go with the flow. Number 5 is if you don't know, say you don't know. I think this is another rule that would be very beneficial to people. I guess we feel like we have to know what we're talking about at all times. I know a lot of people that kind of feel that way. It's okay. It's actually ideal to say, even in a professional aspect, like I'll use an example. If you're a baseball coach and, a kid asks you something you don't know, it's okay. Like, if you knew everything, you would be coaching at Yankee Stadium. You wouldn't be at, where you are. So it's okay to say that you don't know something. but it's only, like, I guess it's only okay if you don't know, but you want to know. So I guess that's where this kind of plays in. Like, if you don't know, say you don't know, but, like, also be willing to, like, figure it out and figure out what it is that you don't know and try to gain that knowledge through conversing with others and exposing yourself to different ideas. Number 6 is don't equate your experiences with other experiences from other people. That's kind of, self-explanatory. Yeah. Number 7 is try not to repeat yourself. Number 8 is don't worry about the details. Number 9 is listen. Again, I'm gonna say it. This is listening skills is something that has been truly, like, I want to say overlooked, but not developed enough in a lot of people. It's something that a lot of people can further develop that would help with this. Going back to the beginning, the fact that we're more divided now than ever. It's because we don't want to listen to what other people have to say. We would rather just say what we have to say and, like, not have to listen to other people, because why would I listen to, that kind of mindset? When the opposite is true. Like, if you listen to what they have to say, they might say something that, like, is beneficial, or that might make more sense or make less sense. And being able to listen would make it would save a lot of people trouble, and I guess it would save a lot of friendships, to say the least. And then the last one is be brief. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you're sharing information with someone, you don't want to take the entirety of the conversation. You just want to share your information and then go back to listening. But I think this TED Talk was very beneficial, something that a lot of people could learn from. Definitely something that a lot of people, you can kind of pick and choose things from this TED Talk that you can really apply to your own life. I truly believe that listening and being able to say you don't know something is huge. They're two things that a lot of people don't want to do, and saying you don't know something and don't do well in listening to others. I thought this was a very beneficial TED Talk, and I think a lot of people would be able to learn from it.